Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice right there. Hey guys, I want to apologize on behalf of Annie Letterman for not knowing how to talk into a microphone after explaining how to talk into it multiple times, showing her exactly where to talk into it. Are you ready? Hello, bitch. What up, dumbasses? It's me, your queen, Ali Macofsky, aka Lana Del Slay Queen, aka Sublime with Romeo and Juliet. I'm Juliet in that scenario. That's when Rome dies and I take over Sublime with Rome. R.I.P. Bradley, R.I.P. Rome. Guys, you know what's crazy? I wasn't planning on talking about this. I'm performing on a cruise ship. Just Sublime with Rome made me think of performing on cruises. I think if you're in Sublime with Rome legally, you have to do cruises. You aren't allowed to perform anywhere else unless it's at a park or a cruise. Yeah, I'm performing on a cruise, which is going to be a nightmare, I think. There's no way that's going well. I have a contract. It's official. I can't back out of it now. It says I have to perform. So I think it's like a 6-night cruise. Obviously, I can't escape. I'm stuck on that cruise. 6 nights in a row. I'm only performing 2 of the nights. There's also music. So I don't know if I'm like performing on the same stage or like right before or after the music. I don't know anything about that. But I do know that Ty Dolla $ign will be there, so that's pretty fine. Yeah, it says I have to perform 2 nights of the cruise, and I have to. It is required that I do an autograph signing after my performance. No one, I guarantee you, no one is coming to get an autograph from me. Who does autographs anymore? Little kids who go to Disneyland get, princess autographs, character autographs. No one does autographs anymore. Unless you're trying to resell them. No one is doing... Anyway, so I'm just going to be trapped on this cruise. I feel like it's not even going to be like a nice room or anything. I'm just going to be like trapped with all the, wait staff and mechanics at the very lowest level. There's not even going to be a window in my room. I guarantee it. I'm just going to be trapped in some closet, some maintenance closet on this cruise. I forget where it's going. I want to say... I don't even know. I just know that it goes out of Florida. So hopefully Florida's not too fucked after this hurricane. I'm trying to have a good time on this cruise. I just saw this morning on KTLA News Instagram page a boat caught on fire. 26 are dead. 9 are missing. So if that doesn't get you excited to perform on a cruise, I don't know what will, baby. Maybe I'll set fire to the cruise. If it's really going bad, I'll set fire to the ship and then I'll just jump off. I did swim for 1 year in high school, so I think I'll be good. I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast so far, but I did swim 1 year in high school. I did dance all 4 years, but there was 1 year where I was able to do another sport or elective. And I auditioned to be in the choir group. We had a really good choir program at our school. And if you know anything about me, you know that I love to sing. So I auditioned last minute. I don't even plan it, prepare. I'm just like, fuck it. I have a good voice. I'm going to go to these auditions. So I go after school. I think I sang Battlefield by Jordan Sparks. Why does love always feel like a battlefield? I can sing it, but definitely not the best option to show off my range and where I thrive. But it was a pretty hot song at the time, so I thought I'd just go with that. And I did make advanced women's choir, but I didn't want to be surrounded by a bunch of hoes. I wanted advanced co-ed. I'm not trying to just be the best of the women. I want to be the best of the boys and the girls. I want to do some hot solos with the boys, do some West Side Story, Bye Bye Birdie. Really, live it up. Women's choir is the worst. Ooh, that door's gonna slam. I knew it. I saw that one. Take it away. Yeah, so I made choir, but I was like, I'm only doing it if I'm the best of the best. So then I did swim. And they put me in this. When you do swim competitions, they have, each person is in their own lane. And then they have this lane off to the side that's pretty much like the pretend lane. It doesn't count. It's the whose line is it anyway lane. It's like it doesn't count and the points don't matter or whatever. They put me in that lane, so I probably should have done choir, but one day I was in the slow lane. It was essentially like the special needs lane. It's for like the kids on the team whose parents paid for them to be, parents are donating to the team just so their kid can be on it and be in the pictures. I was in that lane because they didn't think I had any potential. But then I was in that lane for this event called I believe it's the 100 IM or 400 IM. That's when you do all 4 swim styles. Breaststroke, freestyle, backstroke, and what's the one? Butterfly. You do all of those each way. And I fucking killed it. And then they took me seriously. And I was like, you're damn fucking right, bitch. I'm a fish. I was pretty good. And then, this is so embarrassing. Did I tell this story already? I don't know. But so then they started taking me seriously on the swim team. I'm wearing my cute little one piece. I'm feeling like a little thought. And they finally put me into this big competition. We're at this school that has an indoor pool, like Olympic pool. So it's like legitimate. And my dad comes out to see me and my sisters. They haven't seen me swim before. I mean, we've been to barbecues together. They know I'm a good swimmer, but they've never seen me out in the Olympic pools in my own lane, not in my side lane. And normally I do like 100 freestyle, which is just a quick little freestyle fast lap situation. For some reason, I got a bit excited. I did the 400 freestyle, which is like way too many laps. And I knew it was going to be too much for me, and I knew I wasn't going to win. It was just too much. So as soon as the, noise goes off for everyone to jump in, I jump in, I start, and everyone's already ahead of me, just off of their jump in after their dive. And I was like, I can't do this. So I just stopped in the middle of the pool and pretended like something fucked up with my goggles. I was like, I can't see. And then I doggy paddled back, and my family came out to watch that. So that was pretty cool. That was a pretty chill moment. I did well in dance. Dance was nice. I never made advanced dance, but looking back, it was a blessing because all those girls are pregnant or with child now. So after you make advanced dance, there's nowhere to go but pregnant. Everyone who made advanced dance at my high school has those signs that say live, laugh, love in their homes. Yeah, so I just stuck around in the highest intermediate level. That's why I'm so good at that Mariah Carey obsessed dance that I do all the time. Why you so obsessed with me, boy, I wanna know. I didn't make up that dance. Someone a couple people asked if I made that dance up. No, if I made it up, it would be way more saucy. I was just on TikTok one day and I saw someone do that dance and I was like, oh, this is easy enough to pick up and fun to do. So I just did it. And now I've been doing it all the time to the point where it's like become a thing. Like people tag me in their videos, which is cool. I like reposting those because it makes me remember how much better I am at doing it than most people. That's not true. I'm pretty bad at it. I did want to get Joe in one of the videos, Joe Rogan, but I'm like, how do you ask him to be in your TikTok without sounding like a whack job? I hit him up yesterday. My cousin, I was with my cousins over the weekend. I went to their pool and they're like, they think they like Joe Rogan, and so they're like so stoked that I get to open for him. They're like, that's so cool that you go, like, do you have like his phone number? Like, do you guys just like text? And I'm like, we're like friends. But we don't text all the time or anything, I'm not like, anyway, I have his number. So I'm like, you know what? I'll hit him up, see what he's doing for Labor Day. He did not respond. It hurt. I was like, damn, are we even friends? Are we friends, Joe? I was like, I want to go, I bet he has a good ass barbecue. I went to my friend's house. It was so ratchet. They just had like a sprinkler hose. No pool, sprinkler hose. They had rolling chairs, like desk chairs, but the ones that you don't use anymore because they have all the holes in the ass of the rolling desk chair. That's what we were using to sit outside. It was a ratchet ass party. So, Joe, it would have been nice to come over. Not be with my broke friends. Jesus, how am I supposed to survive out here when all my friends are broke? Yeah, so I did that for Labor Day. And then went to my cousin's house, went to their pool the day before. I'm getting kind of tan. I really only tan on my shoulders and my chest. Everything else is so white. So white. So much has happened. I've been gone. I had Annie on the podcast for when I was out of town. That was fun. She's a dumb little bitch. She didn't know how to talk into the mic, even though I told her how, like 5 times at least. She's a dum-dum. That's why I had her on the podcast. I'm only getting dumb people on this podcast. That's it. I might start doing guests more often, but for now it's only going to be when I'm out of town. I don't want people to start asking me to come on. No, literally no one cares. I've developed a very strong relationship with the people at the coffee shop by my house that I go to all the time. It's getting out of hand. No, that's not true. But here's what's fucked up. Whenever I go in there, there's like 2 of them that are really cool that I talk to. And then the rest of them are kind of just like, I don't know how to describe it. They like try to talk to me, but it's like, it's just not working. There's no connection. I think one of them has a crush on me. Or he's just nice to everyone. I always get paranoid saying, oh, this person has a crush on me. Because my mom used to do that all the time. She'd be like, they just have a crush on me. And I'm like, I think some people are just being nice. Not everyone has a crush on you. And so now when I do that, I'm like, oh no, I'm doing that thing. What else did I... Okay. Annie was on the podcast last. She's a dum-dum. It was so quiet, but we had fun. My birthday is coming up September 8th. If you don't wish me a happy birthday, you're canceled. You're canceled. I'll tweet about you. I'll blog about how you don't support women if you don't wish me a happy birthday. So Yeah, if you want to send me any gifts, you can send it to the Comedy Store on Sunset Boulevard. You can look up their address. You can send me gifts there. Just make it out to Ali Macofsky, aka Lil Ali. Lil Ali Mac. Not related to Bernie. Yeah. But yeah, someone asked me what my PO box is. I don't have a PO box, but you can always send stuff to the Comedy Store for me and I'll get it. And if it's cool, I'll talk about it on here. Yeah, I was in New York. New York was hot as shit. New York was so hot when I first got there and humid and gross. I was having a terrible time when I first got there. I was like, why did I book this trip? This was so stupid. And like the first 2 nights of shows when I was out there, they weren't bad, but it just felt like I could have just been doing this out here at home. I was like, I'm wasting my money. But it was nice seeing some of my friends. And then I went to Denver with Joe and Santino. And that was fun. Denver will fuck you up. That altitude, boy. Man. It didn't fuck me up that much, but I did feel different a little bit. I did feel different. I wasn't digesting my food normally. My breathing was shallow. And then we went to a dispensary. Brad Williams was there. He met up with us for breakfast. Andrew Santino, his wifey, who I love. Papa Joe. We all walked around the city for a little bit. We went into a dispensary. Joe didn't have his ID on him. And the girl working there, we all show her our ID. And then Joe's like, oh, I don't have my ID. And she was like, oh, this is so cool because I know who you are. And like, that's awesome, but I can't let you in. And it was the wildest experience. Yeah, Denver was fun. Hey, you know what's annoying? People, after I do shows with Joe, people will comment on bitch ass Annie's Instagram saying like, hey, great job in Denver. That was me. Annie is canceled. Hashtag Annie is canceled. I'm thinking of dyeing my hair brown just so people don't think I'm Annie. I don't want that reputation. And I asked her, I said, oh, well, do you correct these people? She goes, no. If people thought I was Annie, I would make it very clear, very quickly that that's not me. No, yeah, she doesn't correct them, but whatever. They'll know one day who's who. Oh, they'll know. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. I should just start bombing. I should just start bombing on the road and then close out my set by saying, thanks, I'm Annie. Yeah, so then we went to Denver for 2 nights. That was really fun. And then when I went back to New York, the weather was so perfect and the shows were so good. And I saw so many people that I really wanted to see on the second half of the trip. It was tight. It was tight. I want to go back soon. Anyway, yeah, so that was good. And then I came back. You know what? I hate to break it to you guys. I didn't even bring my Juul today. I'm a little bit nervous. I have a little bit of Juul fear. We lost a good one to vaping. All the reports about Dylan in the hospital, 26 years old. Serious damage from vaping. Didn't he die? You know, we had to take one for the team. And we can't thank you enough. I also said on a couple podcasts ago, maybe 3 podcasts ago, that Larry Bird is dead, and I found out that he's not. So just a quick apology to the Bird family. That's my bad. But I mean, the name Larry Bird does sound like the name of someone who's passed. Yeah, I think someone died from vaping, which is a bummer, but you know, it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen at one point. And what a way to go out. Better to be the one dying from vaping than the 26 dying from a boat fire, I think. But yeah, now I'm all paranoid about the vaping. It feels different. I can't vape the same. He kind of killed the vibe. He died, but he ultimately killed the vibe on vaping. It hasn't been the same since. It hurts. I've been smoking cigarettes a little bit more than I used to. Yeah, vaping like hurts my chest. And I talked about this on the last podcast about popcorn lung, how it sounds fun to have popcorn lung a little bit. It's a little bit scary, but it's really just pneumonia. Someone DM'd me, and here's the thing. I get a lot of DMs from dumbasses, and I didn't fact check this, so it could be wrong, but it did leave an impression on my brain. It gave me popcorn brain. They said it causes this like fatty buildup in your lungs or something like that. But anytime I hear fatty, I'm like, I'm good. I don't want that. I don't want nothing about me being all fatty if I can stop it. I guarantee I'm going to get really fat. Like, it's going to hit me. Because I'm not fat, but I'm not small either. I'm, like, very average right now. But I know, because my parents are thick as hell. I got some thick old fatty parents. My dad is a big boy. My mom is, pretty big girl. It's gonna happen to me. I don't see why it wouldn't. Your girl loves to eat. Loves to eat. I think it's gonna catch up with me. I don't know when. I'm gonna say 33, 34, it's gonna start to go. And then definitely by 39, it's gonna be significant. R.I.P. Kevin Hart. Yeah, I'm scared of Juuling now. At least with cigarettes, it's like, hey, cancer. And you're like, okay, everyone gets cancer now. With vaping, you're like, fat lungs? Just having that would just be annoying. To just have a hard time breathing for no reason. But be fine, have all your hair, still be kind of thick. With cancer, it's clear when you have cancer. You get to go to Disneyland for free if you have cancer. You don't get any sort of special treatment if you just have fat lungs. There's no fat lung nonprofit. Hashtag thick lungs, baby. Man, I've also been going to San Diego a lot lately, which is a huge mistake. It's so much driving back and forth. And then sometimes, I don't know. It's just a lot of driving. San Diego's weird. You know what? I went to college for a second in San Diego, so I just get triggered. I get triggered when I'm there. I'm like, who's going to finger me when I don't want it this time? That's what San Diego is. Yeah, San Diego's for fingering. Non-consensual fingering. That's San Diego's slogan. Welcome to San Diego. We'll finger you non-consensually. That only almost kind of happened to me once, but now it's just how I feel about San Diego. Not even in actuality. That's just how you feel when you're there. It doesn't have to happen, but it feels like that's where it's going to. And then so many people asked me to do their podcast. I was on 4 different podcasts since the last time I did mine. None of them as good as mine, obviously. And some were better than others. There were a couple that were really fun. The Blackout Pod with Pete Suval. That was a fun one. I did podcasts when I was in New York. Listen to A Little Time with Diego Lopez and Micah Brucey. That was a fun one. All of the podcasts I've done have been pretty fun, but those were probably two of my favorites. I can't think of the other ones that I really, really liked, but they're all pretty good. If you guys use Laughable, that's the best podcast app. Laughable. Because say you want to like look up me and you're like, I've caught up on all of the Resting Bitch episodes. I want to listen to other things Allie's been on. If you go to Laughable and type in my name, it shows all my podcast history. I'm gonna I feel like there's other things that have happened that I should talk about because I was gone for a minute. I'm going to remind you once again, my birthday is September 8th. And if you don't wish me a happy birthday and make it a big deal, I'm going to lose my mind. Absolutely. Last year I had a big birthday celebration. I had a big I had this big party at this bar. And it was a small bar by my house, walking distance from my house, literally 3 minutes away. But it was so many people. It didn't feel about me. It wasn't about me enough. It was nice knowing that all those people came out, but with comedy, it's like, it becomes a networking event. Everyone's just at your party because they're like, ooh, who else did Ali invite? Who's going to be there? I want it to be about me. Make it about me. I headlined a show in Santa Ana. Had some friends come out to it, and that was a nightmare. When so many friends come out to watch you, and then you see them right when you get on stage, that's the first thing you see. It takes you a minute to recalibrate. And then I headlined a show in San Diego. A drunk old white man gave me $100 after my set for no reason. I think he was just so drunk. Like, that's like just how, that's the only way he knew how to handle situations. Just by like handing money. Those are the type of people who go on vacations to the lake and are like very into wakeboarding. It's either people like that who are like white trash but have a lot of money. Those are my favorite people. The throw your money away people. Man, I love those people. I want to go to the lake soon. I want to go to the water before it gets cold. There's just so much freedom when you're on a boat. Anything can happen. Your life is full of possibilities. Boats are the best. You're just on water. I've talked about this before, but I just love it. It's something that I haven't been able to do as often as I'd like. But once I get enough money, I'm for sure... No, I don't know if I'd buy a boat. That seems like a lot of responsibility. Where do you keep a boat? That's like way too much work. Yeah, I would just like... I don't know what I'd do. You know what I would do? I would just buy... Once I have enough money, I'm going to buy a nice little place. Buy some sort of lake I like. Maybe Havasu. Maybe the one that's like on the Arizona, California, Vegas, right in the middle of that. I forget what that's called. It has a name. The Three Corners or something? I don't know. And then just make friends with the people who have boats out there. Dude, the new Stand is so nice in New York. If you live in New York or are visiting, you should go to the Stand. It's such a nice new club at Union Square, near that area. I saw Danny Brown there the first night I went, and he follows me on Instagram, but I think it's one of those things where he just follows me, but he doesn't really know me at all. He doesn't keep track of my posts or my stories. I slid into his DMs when I found out that he followed me. And, he saw it, but no response. So then I saw him in person, and I was like, I love you. You follow me on Instagram. I tried to slide into your DMs. It didn't work. I've been a fan of yours since before you got your teeth fixed. He didn't really care. But, yeah, there's no but. He just didn't really care. He was on a good level, you know what I mean? He was having a good time. He didn't need me to fan over him, but I do like him a lot. Okay, I want to answer some questions because I feel like it'll help me talk about whatever else I did this week. There were a lot of questions. Okay, I'm going on my Instagram now. Also, shout out 27.4K on my Instagram. But for real, y'all need to follow I guess you don't. I'll probably end up deleting it at some point. But the Instagram for the podcast, Resting Bee Pod. I thought I'd make one, but yeah, I don't post as often as I should on there. I just get caught up in my own personal Instagram. Okay, let's see what dumb fucking questions you guys asked. Someone literally just said beaches. When I say questions and topics, by topics I mean like the boat fire where 26 people died this week, Hurricane Dorian, something like not just subjects, beaches. What about them? I like going to the beach. I always get burnt. I never have enough sunscreen on. I hate leaving covered in sand. It's the only bummer about beaches. There was one summer in high school where I went to the beach every single day because I wanted to be because I grew up kind of near a beach, so all the cool kids were like beach people. So I was like, if I just go to the beach every day, I did so many things to try and be cool in high school. And now, what's funny? All the people I thought were cool in high school, I keep seeing that they started following me on Instagram. Oh, you're happy for me? Oh. I mean, they're all like real estate people now because their clothing company they started in high school didn't work out for them. Everyone at my high school, I don't know if this was just a my high school thing, but everyone in high school started their own shirt company. There's this guy, cool dude, Austin. He had a party where if you weren't wearing one of his shirts from his clothing company, it was you couldn't get in, and everyone at the party was wearing his stuff. I think he's still doing the clothing company. He's a cool dude, but yeah, it was everyone had their own clothing brand at my high school, and they all drove big pickup trucks, big lifted trucks. What a weird experience. Saw your tattoo on your arm on the pod with Annie. Can you tell us about it? I have about 11 tattoos. The ones on my arm. I have this rowboat on my arm. I'll try and show you for the YouTubers. For the vlog squad. I have this tattoo on my arm. It's a rowboat with a flower pot in it. And I got it for $10. I won a raffle. It was $10 to enter the raffle. I just did it randomly. I was at ComplexCon. I was working. My friend got me a job working the Steve Aoki booth at ComplexCon. So I was just selling stuff for Steve Aoki. And my buddy told me his girlfriend was working there. So I went to the booth that she was working and I said, "What's up?" to her. She was like, "Enter this raffle." And I was like, "What are the chances I'm actually going to win? I'm working anyway, so I can't get this tattoo." She was like, "This guy, Scott Campbell, he's like a really popular tattoo artist. Normally his tattoos are really expensive and it's, takes a long time to get on his wait list, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "You know what? I'll enter. Why not? $10. There's no way I'm winning." And then obviously I ended up freaking winning. So I got this tattoo by him. And then we've since become friends. Shout out Scott Campbell. He works in downtown occasionally at his studio. But yeah, he's the man. And then people ask, "Why did you get that?" And because I only had 15 options to choose from. And they said that he'd never posted this tattoo before. So I was like, I'll be special. I want to be special. So that's how I got that. And then the rest of my tattoos, I only have this tattoo by him. Hopefully I'll get more soon. Most of the rest of my tattoos are from this guy Marlon. He's like this cool German dude who lives out in LA now. He did my lightning bolt. He did my butterfly on the back of my arm. I think he did the coffee cup. He did the mom. I have mom. Or wow, depending on how you look at it. I have these prayer hands, which are so stupid. I got prayer hands on my rib cage. Why? Why did I do that? Yeah, he did a lot of my tattoos. I have a smiley face tattoo on my ass. I got that from some guys I met in an Uber pool who were super tatted up, and I said I didn't like their tattoos, and one of the guys was like, "Oh, I'm a tattoo artist," and I was like, "Okay, you can tattoo me." Are you a better / worse dancer than Bert Kreischer? I mean, Bert killed it, but I did do dance for 4 years in high school, like I said, so I honestly think I could smoke him. Do people have a hard time pronouncing your last name? I mean, no. If people overthink it, yes, but it's pretty simple. It's Macofsky. Macofsky. That's it. So many of these questions are so bad, and I feel like some of you guys who ask questions just do it without thinking about it, because a lot of times it's stuff that I've already talked about on the podcast. So obviously you don't fucking listen, you dumb bitch. Thoughts on Steve Jobs? Honestly, I think about this often, how he always wore the turtleneck and the pants and just like the shoes combo. I think about that often. I'm like, I should just do that. He did that so he didn't have to think about what he would wear, and that way he could spend his time thinking about other things. And I think if I did that, I would be smarter. I should probably read books too, but I mean, that turtleneck combo is pretty fuego. It's a pretty hot combo. Hey, Anthony, I had an idea. We should start cutting clips to post. Yeah. Anyway, side note. Anthony's coming to my birthday party at Cheesecake Factory. I've only been to Cheesecake Factory once, not that long ago, but it changed my life. That place is good. Oh my god. Now I know why Drake sings about it. Are you going to name and or copyright your dance to Why You So Obsessed With Me? It's not my dance. I did not come up with it. I copied it from someone on TikTok. But I am obsessed with the obsessed dance. Annie said you dress like someone who has a smelly cucina. How can you tell by how someone looks? Any girl who wears ripped jeans, the jeans with the fake knee rips, has a smelly coochie. For sure. For sure. Okay, a lot of questions about this TikTok dance. I feel like a lot of you really hate it and a lot of you really love it. It's really fun, so I don't care. There's a lot of bad questions on here. How do you come up with new material? Just kind of got to let it happen. I think my problem is sometimes I overthink it. Sometimes I will prevent myself from thinking of something funny because I won't think it's funny enough. When I think it's the simplest things can be the funniest, and sometimes I have a hard time with that. But yeah, I just kind of let the material happen. Try and think of what's funny, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. That's not a good answer, but I also don't feel like getting into it. Favorite TV shows? Baskets. Zach Galifianakis show. Euphoria. I'm going to go to Sephora after this, and I'm going to get some colored eyeliner. Some yellow shit. Maybe a yellow eyeliner. A blue eyeliner. I started doing eyeliner recently, so I'm just always reinventing myself. I think it's important. I want to dye my hair. I want to leave the blonde Ali behind for a moment. Maybe come back to her later down the line. But I need to let these people know that I'm versatile. I can do anything. I'm really growing into myself. And I think it's important to explore and take risks. You know? What other TV shows are my favorite? I was just looking up Xenon. Do you remember that movie Xenon with Kirsten? Yeah. And at one point, yeah, Raven Simone was on it. Oof. Such a good movie. That's not a TV show. I was just thinking about that this morning, but I want to reinvent myself as Xenon. Who is the coolest celebrity you've met at the Comedy Store? I don't really talk to celebrities there. Dua Lipa was there the other night. She's the girl that sings, "Talking to myself and I making myself crazy." That girl. She was there, but I didn't really talk to her. I just sat her. Her and Gigi Hadid's brother are dating. And it's so annoying to watch two good-looking people date each other for no reason. What do they talk about? I was kind of staring at them. Because I feel like if you go to a comedy show with someone you really like, you can tell a lot about their relationship based on if they're laughing together, what they're laughing at, if the guy keeps looking at the girl to see if she's laughing and then he changes if he's laughing or not. You could really learn a lot about a relationship. Yeah, so I guess that's that. I'm going to go to more questions. How long have we been recording? 45. Oh, man. Kristen Storms, that's right. Not Dunst. I feel like I woke up I went to bed at midnight. I was working at the store last night. I went to bed at midnight. And then for some reason I woke up at 3 a.m. so hot. It said it was 78 degrees in my house. I was sweating. And when you wake up so thirsty, you're like, ugh. I was I truly felt like a dried up sponge. I was so thirsty. And the water at my house is bad, the tap water. I'm not anti-tap water. I'm down to get some, what's that stuff they put in tap water that makes you slow, that the dentists also use? Fluoride. Yeah, we definitely have a strong fluoride presence in our home, which is fine. I don't mind getting some fluoride, but it also tastes like chlorine, and it's just like way too heavy with the chemicals, the water at our house. So I don't really drink the tap water there. And I was so thirsty. I like didn't know what to do. My mouth was dry. It was hot. I felt like I was in the Sahara. And I went to the fridge and I stole one of my roommates' off-brand LaCroix. And that's not refreshing. That's not a refreshing beverage. It's so bubbly, and like that also tastes very chemically. But I chugged it, and yeah, I was just up on TikTok for like 3 hours. I didn't fall back asleep until like 5 or 6 in the morning. It was rough. I just woke up. And yeah, I like couldn't get comfortable at all. I was just tossing and turning. Is In-N-Out actually good? Hard? No. In-N-Out is average. In-N-Out is just all right. It's fine. It's fine. I have not tried the new Popeyes chicken sandwich. Haven't tried it, but I did go to Chick-fil-A at closing time, like literally 2 minutes before closing. I just walked in there and I said, fuck Popeyes. This is a Christian business, and I fuck with that. When they have to tell you my pleasure after doing stuff, you gotta respect that. They don't want to say my pleasure. They want to say fuck you, bitch. But instead they hold it back and they go, my pleasure. And that is some hardcore shit that they have to put up with. I do want to try Popeyes though. Okay. What would you be doing instead of comedy? See, these questions, I feel like I've already answered them on the podcast. I think I'm only going to respond to questions on my podcast Instagram, Resting Bee Pod. Because if you're following that and you're answering and you're asking questions on that, that means you're a real one. These are questions that people send on my personal account. Losers. But if I wasn't doing comedy, I would for sure be a truck driver. I just love the lifestyle, baby. You have no one to report to except for, who you're driving for and all that stuff. But you just get to be a lone wolf out on the open road, going to all these small little random cities in America. I love small towns. I hate like bigger cities that are in LA or New York that are like trying so hard to be like a cool city. It's like just be a small city. It's fun. It's cool. I haven't been to Nashville or Austin, but I want to go there because those seem like cool places. Also, I just thought of this because I was rubbing my itchy nose. I made a pretty big confession on the other podcast about how I pick my boogers and eat them. And I got some support. I got some negativity, some backlash. But that's just my truth. I think it's important to share who you are. Another weird thing about me is that when I brush my teeth, I brush them for so long that once I start, I go into bed and I just lay down and continue brushing until I have to spit. I brush for about 5 to 6 minutes on average. I love brushing my teeth. Good music recommendations. I'm very obsessed with Barnes right now. And honestly, I've listened to some of his other songs and they're good and I like them, but I'm just like addicted to this one song called 10,000 Emerald Pools. It just makes me feel so like sexy and happy and sad at the same time. It's like nostalgic but current. I don't even know. And he also is like, he dresses really cool. I want to wear what he's wearing all the time. He has a cool face. I'm obsessed with him. I don't think we'd get along in person. I think he might be a little too out there for me to hold a conversation with him. But I do like what he's doing. And he has the voice of 10,000 angel women. He has the most beautiful lady's voice in this beautiful man's body. I want to have the body of like a rock star, like a boy rock star, like one of those skinny like singer boys. Like Mick Jagger. I want like a Mick Jagger body or like a Bourne's body. To be fair, he doesn't really perform shirtless, so I don't know what he looks like underneath. But like I just want like a small little rock singer body. Oh, that was a close little. Your top 3 conspiracy theories. 9/11's outdone. 9/11's boring. Can you imagine the biggest terrorist attack in the country? I'm like, it's so boring. That's old news. But it kind of is. I don't know. The biggest conspiracy theories? Ping pong pizza. Is that what it's called? Ping pong pizza. That pizzeria in DC where they have the sex parties in the basement. Pizzagate. Pizzagate's interesting. I like all the dirty political stuff recently. HARP, man-made weather. But here's the thing. Sure, maybe some conspiracies are real, but I think a lot of them are just because people are dumb. And, I'm a dum-dum, so I like to play along with it. It's kind of fun. Wait, Joey Diaz just mentioned me in his Instagram story. What the heck? What the heck? Oh, he's just... Oh. I don't know why. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. I'm going to Minneapolis, Minnesota with Joe Rogan and Ian Edwards. And Joey just posted about it on his story. I thought he was going to be like, you guys have to check out Ali Macofsky, one of my favorite comics. I mean, this is obviously very cool too, but just something like personal about me. Like what if he was like, Ali's birthday's coming up in a couple days. I really want to support her. Okay, not what I was expecting, but also not mad about it. But also, if he does want to wish me a happy birthday on September 8th, that would be tight. Okay, back to the questions. What was I talking about? Conspiracy theories. What else? Oh, whatever. I'll just talk about something else. I probably shouldn't be this quiet for this long, because not everyone watches the YouTube. That song by Bournes is so good. Am I allowed to sing on the podcast, or is it going to get, like, taken down at some point? It'll get taken down? Oh, okay. What if I sing so good that they think I'm playing the music? And then they take it down. I'm diving deeper, deeper for you. That's just a little taste of the... I have a question. When you brush your teeth, do you use hot water or cold water? So when I brush that's a great question. Anthony, my producer, I just like saying my producer. It sounds fun. Anthony asked me, when I brush my teeth, do I use hot water or cold water? And because I'm such a big toothbrushing fan, I have a good answer for this. What I do is I get the water going and I put it on hot, because first I brush my teeth, then I wash my face. So I want hot water available when I wash my face. So I put the toothbrush under the hot water, but it has to warm up first. So I wait till it gets hot. I keep my toothbrush under there. I wait till it gets hot. That way I can kind of get the bacteria off. I don't think it's hot enough for that to happen, but it makes me feel good doing the hot water first. Kind of wash off whatever's left on there from last night or earlier that morning. Get the hot water going under there, get it all cleaned up. Then I take it out. I do the toothpaste. I do it from bottom down. If you just squeeze the toothpaste, you're a psycho and need to be watched. I've broken up with a boyfriend for this. He didn't know that's why, but it was a huge factor in our relationship ending. I said I wasn't ready for a relationship. What I meant was, I'm not ready to date someone who squeezes toothpaste from the middle. That's a sign of mental illness. And if we lived near a Walmart, I would be worried for the lives of the people that go there. That's all I'm saying. You got to squeeze it from the bottom to the top. I mean, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? So I do that. I'm a big fan of Crest 3D White. Colgate is ratchet. Colgate is ratchet. I believe it also means hang yourself in Spanish. Colgate. Also, they try to do fucking like Hot Pockets or Lean Cuisine or some shit. I can't fuck with no toothpaste brand that's also trying to give me mac and cheese. Even though those are my two favorite things. Dental care, and dairy. I really gotta quit it with the dairy. But I'm addicted, fam. They need rehab for dairy. I would go to that. If it was like $3,000, but also covered by my medical insurance, I would go to dairy rehab. They should do that. I'm surprised they don't already have that in LA. So I get the hot water on the toothbrush, make sure all the bacteria, in my head at least, I'm thinking all the bacteria's off. Then I get toothpaste from bottom to top, squeeze a little bit out. Once the toothpaste is securely, you have to make sure it's securely on the toothbrush, because then when I put because then I do a splash of cold water on top of that. Turn the cold water off, and then I brush. I switch up where I start, though. Sometimes it's top right, sometimes it's bottom left. I switch it up. But I try and give equal parts attention. And then I always brush my tongue last. And once you brush your tongue, there's no going back to the teeth. That's disgusting. So you have to make sure you get your teeth very good. Because once you do the tongue, that's it. That's a wrap. That's the dessert of the toothbrushing world. So I get my tongue. You know, this is a little hot tip. If you hold your thumbs down, you have no gag reflex. And some of you might take that into consideration next time you're doing something naughty. As soon as I learned that, like in middle school, that was like a thing that went around the school. Ooh, if you hold your thumbs back, no gag reflex. It's like, first of all, Brayden, you have a 4-inch dick. No one's gagging on it. Okay, we're in middle school. But when I learned that, I was like, I'm going to use this trick for toothbrushing. That way I can get my whole tongue clean. I have a nice ass fucking mouth. Anytime my dentist has said I have cavities, I go, I don't believe you, but do what you got to do to pay rent this month. Lowry. Wait, oh my God. Me and my dentist share the same birthday. So wish Lowry a happy birthday as well. Wish him a happy birthday. He's a good guy. We found this out. I've been going to him since I was a little kid, but we found this out like last time or 2 times ago that we have the same birthday because my appointment 2 times ago was the day before my birthday. And we were talking about his birthday, and I was like, oh my God, mine's tomorrow too. Don't give me a cavity, bitch. So yeah, I'm glad you asked that about the toothbrushing thing. Cause yeah, I really, and here's another thing. I'm not like all hippy dippy planet schmanet, whatever, but y'all need to get bamboo toothbrushes. Get bamboo toothbrushes. If there's any bamboo toothbrush companies that want to give me money to shout them out, I will do it because I'm not loyal to any particular bamboo toothbrush company brand. But regular toothbrushes are plastic. We constantly reuse them and throw them away and get new ones, and they do not biodegrade at all. Here's the thing, I'm drinking coffee, plastic straw. Fuck it. I don't care. But the toothbrush thing, we're supposed to be, you should change your toothbrush, I think like every 3 months. And that's a lot of chunky ass plastic toothbrushes. Plus the bamboo ones, they just feel cool. They look nice. They're sleek. They're a conversation topic when you have people over at your place. They're like, what's this toothbrush? And then they think that you're a good person. Whoa. Someone said we say master bedroom. Does that imply that the other bedrooms are for ... slaves? Damn, that's wild, dude. Yeah, that's probably some old school shit that we just never got rid of. It's the master bedroom. I mean, growing up, my parents always had the master bedroom, and I think my parents only had kids, so the kids could help them with things. So, yeah, I think that still holds true. I have the master bedroom in my house, and all my roommates, I guess technically that makes them slaves to me, so I should ask them to do more favors for me. Have you ever visited Australia? Would you want to perform down under? Yes, I believe I'm going to Australia next year in July so I can go to Splendor in the Grass Music Festival. I want to perform on that music festival, so if anyone listening to this knows the people who run that, I want to do it. But if not, I just want to go and watch the festival. My friends, I believe, are performing next year. Shout out the Jungle Giants. It's the hottest band in Australia. They're all sexy and beautiful and talented. But then I think I'm gonna go to that festival. Hopefully, maybe perform on their comedy portion of the festival. But then do kind of like a little mini tour down the coast or up the coast. I'm at an hour. I should end this. I want to end on something funny, but you never know how long that'll take. You don't know how long that'll take. Sometimes I just like have good pops in here. Sometimes it takes a while to get there. Okay. Let me just wrap it up by saying something dumb, something cute. Okay. Hi, guys. I'm back. Thanks for listening to my podcast. Sorry I'm not juuling. I know it's like a whack. That's so much of who I am. I still am juuling heavily. I'm heavily juuling, but I'm just like a little bit more nervous about it, so I'm not doing it as often. I don't know if I'm quitting, because I'm not one to quit anything, really. I tried quitting dairy, couldn't do it. Tried quitting cigarettes, couldn't do it. Tried quitting juuling, couldn't do it. R.I.P. Dylan, who took the fall for all of us jewelers and vapors out there. Rest in peace. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Thanks for listening. I'll be back next week. Follow my podcast Instagram, Resting Bee Pod. Shows are slow this month, but it'll probably pick up, so keep checking my website, alimacofsky.com. Tell your friends about how hot I am. Show them the podcast. And You don't have to be nice to each other, but don't be mean. You know how Ellen closes out her show like, be kind to one another? You don't have to be kind, but don't be mean, okay? That's my motto. Don't be mean. Bye.